Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we're making a very simple off shoulder top. This is a half scale. You can also proceed to make it into a long top, but I make it into a half scale that I will be attaching to a skirt later. I always like to start by straightening my edges. Like I always say, the pattern papers are never straight to me. So you first measure how long you want your top to be. So I subtracted 4 inches from my armhole measurement. My armhole is 7.5 minus 4 inches. So the length of the blouse is 17 inches. So minus the 4 inches, I marked my 7.5. Then I marked my bust point and the bust, and then the full length of the blouse, which is the waistline. Let me cut out my straight line before I get anybody confused. So we have our horizontal points, and then we are going to extend these lines. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate your comments, your likes, and don't forget to also share to your friends who are interested in anything sewing. I'll try my best to make it as simple as possible. So we label our horizontal lines, and then we measure our shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mark the same on the armhole, then connect like so. On the armhole line, you are going to mark your bust measurement divided by 4. And then on your waistline, you're going to mark your waist measurement divided by 4. Connect these points in a dotted lines for reference. Now we are going to measure our nipple to nipple divided by 2. Mine is 8, divided by 2 is 4, and that is what I'm marking right now. This is what we are going to use for the dots. So connect these points in a vertical line up to the starting line. So on the waistline, you are going out by just 1 inch, and then on the bust point, you come down by 0.5 inches and then up by 0.5 inches or half inches. On the under bust, the same 1 inch to the right. If it's a busty person, 1.5 is okay. Then connect it like so. On the starting line, you go out by 1 inch and connect the points to the 0.5 inches above the bust point. I hope you understand. This is all you need to get a very perfect off shoulder. So you have to replace all your dart intake. So you're going to replace that of the starting line, the 1 inch. And then the waistline, we took in 1 inch, we are replacing with 1 inch. And then you measure what you have on your armhole, which is half inches, and then you place as well. Join these points together. So it's now time for you to draw your bust dart. Now when you come out by 0.5 inches and then connect it like so. Then I added 2 inches allowance on the side. also connect the other ones as you see me doing. Extend the bust dart. So we have 3 darts in our pattern. We have our waist, we have our bust, and we have our shoulder. Always, I can't stress this enough, the under bust going by 0.25 and then join it together to the waistline. So the shaded portion is where we'll be cutting out. Cut out your pattern like so. So slash open the bust dart on the bust line. Then cut out your shoulder dart. Then flip over the armhole onto the bust dart line. Then you can now go ahead and cut out your waist dart. Very simple and very easy. I hope you understand. Don't forget to comment if you have any concerns or if you have any idea of something you want me to create. You can go ahead and comment. So it's now time for you to draw your neckline. I wanted the sweetheart neckline, which is what I'm doing. You can also decide to go for the scoop, but I settled for the sweetheart neckline. So cut out your neckline like so. We will be using our front pattern to cut out our back pattern. That is why you've not seen anything regarding the back pattern right now. So you slash open the front pattern like so. Okay, so how we are going to use the front pattern to cut the back pattern is we are going to close the darts of the front pattern to create a single piece for the back pattern. Just watch what I'm doing. You see, making sure the lines are aligned, especially that of the waist and then the under bust. So I'm going to bring in a sheet of paper or pattern paper, and we are going to do exactly what I said to create the back pattern. So you flip the side front over the center front. Just watch what I'm doing, making sure the under bust and then the waist lines align. Then you are going to trace out the side, the bottom, and then the armhole. I hope you understand. Just watch what I'm doing. Very simple tutorial, very precise. This is beginner friendly, very easy to do. Then you trace out the armhole as well. You also can trace out the neckline and then alter it later, but I only came in by about 4 inches for the back neckline. So now we have our back pattern almost ready. Cut it out like so and then extend the neckline. You can decide to maintain a straight back or you can alter it. So now we have our front pattern, we have our back pattern. For the back neckline, you come in by 1 inch. Half will be used as joining allowance, okay? So always go in by 1 inch. And then you can curve it like so to draw the back neckline. You can also decide to maintain the straight one. And then we're going to cut that out. So our back pattern is ready. We have our front pattern and we have our back pattern. Very easy, very simple. And then I'm going to add 1 or 2 inches extra for zipper allowance. You can decide to maintain it this way and then lace it in the back, but I wanted to add a zipper allowance. So I've gone ahead to use the pattern to cut out the fashion fabric and then the lining. 2 pieces for the side front, both for the fashion fabric and then for the lining. And then that of the back, I went ahead to cut as well. So we are going to put the pattern aside and work on each of the fabrics. Remember, the center front is on fold. So you are going to flip over the side front onto the center front as you see me doing, good side facing each other, and then sew with 1/2 inches allowance to close the dots. The same for the lining. Front side facing each other, sew with 1/2 inches allowance, the other side as well. I've gone ahead to sew with 1/2 inches allowance to close the dot, and then I've also notched the extra allowance. Make sure you notch, especially in the curve areas. Do the same for the lining and that of the fashion fabric. So now what we are going to do is the front side facing each other. We are going to make sure our seams align. Then we are going to join with 1/2 inches allowance. The same for the back. Front side facing each other, the fashion fabric and then the lining. You are going to sew the neckline. Because I did not infuse interface in this fashion fabric, I used crinoline to hem the neckline. It also gives a firm look for the neckline and prevents your neckline from dropping. And then for the back, since it was cut on a curve, I attached this bias stiff or stay onto it before sewing with 1/2 inches allowance. This helps the back to be firm and not crumple when you wear the dress or the outfit. So I'm going to take it to the ironing board and iron it out. So I've gone ahead to iron it flat, and look at how beautiful the neckline is and how firm it is. I also top stitch it. Very beautiful, very spacious bust area. Then we have our back. I also stitch in our sewing or zipper allowance. And then what we are going to do is front side facing each other. You're going to place the back on the front and then sew with the allowance you left. So I've gone ahead to stitch on the side with the allowance I left. I first had to pin the armhole to make sure my stitches and everything aligned. I also went ahead to trim off the excesses. And this is what I have after joining both the back and then the front together. Very beautiful, very simple and very easy. All right, it's now time for us to cut out our sleeve. So you measure from your armhole to the back of your armhole, then cut it out like so and divide by 2. So you open it and then the total should be enough for around your armhole to armhole. So I cut out the fashion fabric into 2 because I didn't have enough, and I'm going to line it with a normal lining or cotton lining. So we are going to be pleating the armhole side, or the place we are going to be attaching to the armhole, and then you just watch how I was able to achieve the sleeves. I cut out cotton lining of the same measurement as that of the fashion fabric, and then I cut into 2. I then proceed to reduce the edge by just 1/2 inches on the side as I shown. And then this is what we are going to do, front side facing each other. We are going to pleat the edge of the fashion fabric onto the cotton fabric or cotton lining. Just watch what I'm doing. Then you're going to do the same for the other side. You pleat to make sure it's now the same as that of the cotton lining. Then you're going to sew with 1/2 inches allowance and then turn it over. So I've gone ahead to do that and turn it over and then attach it to the top. Look at how beautiful our off shoulder is. So I went ahead to attach it to a double handkerchief flare, and look at how the results are. Very beautiful outfit. I hope you tried it out. Thank you once again for watching. Bye.